guys, this week's sponsor is Arms List. You can check them out at armslist.com. They got great member benefits. You can shop your local areas for amazing face-to-face deals, or you can shop nationwide from their whole network of over 1,300 FFL dealers. You can sell your own items in your local area. There's no sales fees, no nonsense, no BS, right? Just become a member, pay your low monthly membership fee, and then you get to enjoy all the benefits, right? Get access to exclusive deals with all their partners at Arms List Marketplace. Buy in as little as 2 clicks. You can check it all out at armslist.com. Thank you for sponsoring this video.
Zee here, Uncle Karl's here with Tactical Rifleman. And I've been talking about this with Karl for a while. Like, let's just get on the range and screw around and do some things that we would do that we think are challenging, that would include some of the components of fighting that we like to include in our courses, and just mess with each other, see how we do, right? So you got to test, like iron sharpens iron, that's what we do. So this drill is called the reactive drill, and it's just because I didn't have a better name for it. It's just simply reacting to something. I mean, every drill is really a reactive drill because they tell you shoot,
without a doubt,
or threat, or whistle, and then you react. But this one's going to involve your eyes more so than any auditory stimulus. So what happens is we are, I think we're 12 to 15 yards from the steel up here, right?
You're at the 15
meter line. 15. We've got some big steel, which, you know, you can do smaller steel. And I wanted steel just because we don't have to grade paper. I want you to be able to see that we hit, if we do hit, right? And we've got an array, as you can see in the background. There's 4 big targets, kind of spread far apart because I want him to have to move his eyes and look for the stimulus to tell him to shoot or not shoot, right? So eventually we might add to it, but first we're going to stay static. We just stay still.
Okay.
So we'll stay still. This is going to involve marksmanship, obviously, manipulation of the gun, obviously, that involves safety. Eyes gathering info, so you're hunting with your eyes. So think about how this would apply to you defending your home, looking for what's going on with that bump in the night, and you're one of those guys that believes in having a firearm ready, and you've got that firearm ready. We're using all the senses we can, even though we're using our eyes mostly for this. I'll try to smell a person if I can, if they're in my house. I'll take any information that I can get, but your eyes are probably what you gather most of the information with as it pertains to hunting in your house like this. So we'll be using our eyes gathering info. And then the reaction and the discrimination. The reaction is we're gonna want you, when you see that we place a green laser, and I've got a little green laser on this CERT training pistol. You can't see it here probably, but it's on the ground. You'll see it on the targets in a minute. There we go. And then I've got a red laser, which is what the actual pistol utilizes, right? Red will be no shoot, green will be shoot. And I'm wanting the shooter to see that red or green, and I want him to process it as quickly as possible and engage as quickly as possible. I don't want a see, wait, engage. I want it to almost be simultaneous. He sees, processes, and hits. That's how fast I wanted him to do it. So we're programming him to react accordingly and trying to speed up and test his processing ability, right? So all day, I mean, I could throw a green one up there and then I could let him take all the time in the world and try to shoot it, but that's not really testing his ability to react. And then obviously there's the discrimination piece. We said a red laser, no shoot, green, shoot. So if he's hunting and trying to act as fast as he can, he's already on edge. Yep. This is the word I'm looking for. On edge, thinking I need to be there as quick as I see that green laser. So he sees a red one pop up, he might be inclined to go towards that target, and that's going to come into us talking about that gun manipulation, trigger finger. So a lot of guys, and I think it's overlooked sometimes, people don't talk about it, they just go on the range and shoot, and you're so used to shooting on a flat range and ready to shoot the target that guys, sometimes we have to program guys to stay on that trigger, but for this particular instance, for this application, I want you to ride that frame strongly. Keep that finger well out of the trigger guard, right? So there's no chance that you're gonna slip onto that trigger. So think about searching in your house, you're on edge, heartbeat going, right? You think there's really a threat, and you've got your gun out. If I'm anywhere close to that trigger and something jumps out at me and scares me, could I sympathetically come across that trigger?
And it's happened, it really has.
It has happened. People shot the wrong people in their house.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't want to shoot my daughter. I need to discriminate. And I know that's scary. And you're like, well, if it is somebody that's a threat, I want to get the drop on them quickly. Well, that's why you got to have more tools than just a gun, right? I mean, if he's close, I'm going to get my hands on him so I can figure out what to do.
When you break it from ready position, when you break it down into retention, When you're able to move, that finger comes off the trigger. If you have an external safety on that pistol, whether it's a M18, whether it's a Beretta, whether it's a 1911, doesn't matter. If it has an external safety, if you're not actively engaging, when you break it down, decock or put it back on safe, because again, like Z said, this is not, don't just train flat range. We're trying to train you for combat, and 99% of the threats do not warrant deadly force. So it's a great drill.
Anybody can be quick on the trigger, but can you cognitively process the information that you need to and make the right reaction to that, right? So you have to train this. We could definitely be faster by riding that trigger, but not in the circumstances where I don't know if I need to shoot or not. So we're gonna practice it the hard way, staying off the trigger and hunting, right? And then going onto the trigger when he needs to. And you'll see, watch, I venture to say this, because I've done, for those of you that don't know, there's at 5th Special Forces Group, where Karl and I both worked and came from, they have a program to help improve our performance. So they got coaches for strength and conditioning, they've got psychologists, they've got all these things, all the cool things that athletes have. Thank goodness they got that now. And there's this one machine, I think it's a Nike Spark, you know, and I'm not plugging them, whatever. But it's basically a lighted freaking panel, and you stand up close to it where you got with arm's reach, and you stand there. I was telling Karl about it, and you just kind of look forward, and there's one light, one color that you touch, one color that you don't touch, and you're trying to touch them as fast as you can, because it's grading your reaction time gauged against, you know, all these other athletes that's done it. So you're like, I want to be awesome too, you know. So you're sitting here, hands ready. You see it, you touch it. You see it, you touch it. You see it. Oh, almost touched that one, and I wasn't supposed to touch it. Same thing with this. You're going to see. If you're ready to shoot like we want you to be, and I'm hunting, you're gonna be like, oh, almost came on it. But that's why you have those redundancy and safety. I've got my gun broken down. It's not just out there for anybody to grab, right? It's not necessarily pointing at anything until it's time to point at it, or I feel like I need to, and my finger's off the trigger. I've given myself that time to process. So let's see how it goes, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna put Karl up first, right? He's got his 4 targets, green shoot, red don't shoot. I want you to be at position 3, some kind of compressed ready, whatever you're comfortable. It could be here, but you're just hunting, whatever allows you to see everything you need to see. And I want you to engage as fast as possible, accurately. If he misses, what's he gonna do, guys? You already know. He's gonna engage again. Karl's gonna get right back on it until he hears the steel ding.
Stay in the fight. If the gun shits the bed, fix it. Stay in the fight.
Let me get my eyes and ears. I got the eyes on, got that on. Now, Karl, go up just a little bit so I can be behind you. I don't want you to see what I'm doing. Oh. Can you still see the targets? Are we good on camera over there? Let's see, I'm gonna give you a test real quick. So here's red, 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 right? Green, 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 green. Green. Okay. It's gonna go in any order. All right, so Karl's hot. We got eyes and ears. Everybody's ready to go. And start hunting your sector, Karl. 1 shot per engagement, by the way. Good?
Yep.
Quicker, quicker. His finger's off the trigger. He's looking. Get on him quicker.
Ooh. Nope.
All right, 2 shots per. Ready? Go. He's moving. Back on. Up. 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 All right, relax. So, right there in the middle of the drill, I started thinking, well, the red is too easy, because we're just pulling this, we're just trying different things, right, to try to test ourselves. You don't need a multi-million-dollar training establishment to get good training, as long as you know what your objectives are. So the red was too easy. He's seen the red. He started being able. He processed it already. He'd just seen it a couple times. Gave him a bunch of green right at the beginning to get him hunting real good and getting on the trigger. Right, he was doing good, breaking it back down, finger off the trigger, and keeping his eyes up. Right. But then after he's seen the red a few times, it was easy for him to just push that away and be like, all right, he established an order of priority in his head. I don't need to worry about red, green's there. So he processed it well, adapted. So I started saying up. So I gave him an extra stimulus, audible, right? I started saying up. So I was trying to get a reaction out of Karl. So I showed him green and said up, green and up. And then I hit red and up. And I was trying to go to reaction out of him. So that's what we want to do. It's not trick fucking necessarily. I want to see him get the information he needs and make the right decision. If you mess up, you mess up. So what? We're trying to do it as fast as we can. So let's try it with me real quick. And then we're going to add one thing. Let's do this now. So, and here, don't get this wrong, guys. Out there, and I've said this 1,000 times, we know that the majority of people that train with guns, and for the context of self-defense, I would probably say if I had to weigh out how much they train in certain areas, 80 to 90% of their training is on the flat range with no opponents. For all the people in the U.S. that probably train for self-defense that are not, you know, cops or soldiers, right? Citizens, civilians like yourself, or whatever. They don't do anything with opposition. And I want to stress to you that you can go pretty far. I mean, we're practicing isolated tasks, meaning just reading things with our eyes, abstract drills that don't really have context, just working the skills that's involved with using my eyes and my body and my marksmanship and mechanics, right? But you can only go so far on the flat range. This is not the end all be all. If you can do this like better than anybody else, doesn't mean you're ready to fight. You still need other steps in there. You got to go against opponents. You got to know what it feels like to be scared. And you may find that in a gym and on the mats or something like that, or force on force type stuff. But you have to put yourself through the paces there. So we like to do this though because it is fun, and we can work those isolated tasks. But it's not the end all be all. Remember that. Don't think it is. So this time though, let's add some more difficulty. So in addition to me hunting and scanning with my eyes, I'm going to add some more complexity. I just got to move from one side to the other every time I shoot. So anytime I shoot, he gives me the green and I shoot, or the red and I don't shoot, I have to move. If I forget, remind me, say move.
Okay.
So that's me trying to remember something at the same time that I'm also just, because I can go on autopilot here. Karl and I both, we've done this enough where we can kind of go on autopilot, seeing sights and shoot. But now I've got to think about, all right, shot, what do I need to do next? That's a good skill to have, right? Hey, can I come out of this focused tunnel vision area and think, all right, what do I need to do next? Move over here. If it's red, I still got to move, even if I don't shoot, because what I'm going to do is simplify in my head and be like, bang, I need to move, bang, I need to move. But what if I don't go bang? So I'm already thinking about how it's going to mess me up. So let's see how it goes. All right, come back up, Karl, don't go back too far. All right, let's see how many bullets I got. So I'll start on one side. I'm going to sit, Karl, I'm going to turn this way. Lay that there.
All right. It just throws my shit on the ground. It's all right, see?
I just throw it down.
Okay.
Whatever. Piece of shit.
It's been in the gravel before.
So I got my 4 targets. I'm on one side, I'm on a cone. I got an ammo can on the other side. And Karl's gonna give me whatever commands and then give me my lasers. Every time I see a laser, whether it be red or green, I gotta move. I'm gonna forget that, so help me. All right, so I don't have to move and shoot. I can start moving, I guess, but I have to engage as quick as I can and then move. Make sense? Yeah, cameraman says yeah, so that means everybody in the audience is saying yeah. All right, so
shoot it ready, stand by.
Am I hitting it? I can't hear it. Oh, I gotta move on red, I forgot. See, I already forgot.
Two shots.
2. I'm out.
In a fight. That's it. That's all you brought.
That's all I got.
I'm here for you.
Nothing.
I'm here for you.
Nothing. He's got to pull it out of his gun.
Stay in the fight, Zee. Stay in the fight. All right, safe and holster. Give me my rounds back. You saved me your whole 2. That's better than nothing.
So
We can run this with rifle too, can't we?
yeah, we can run it with rifle. So let's talk through that one right quick. So you see, we stayed in the fight. I ran out, didn't have anything on these tight pants except my big bulge, right? So Karl started throwing all his empty mags at me. I was practicing catching. Look how many things we got in this drill. Plus he made me run back and forth. You didn't even remind me on the beginning. It was what he shot like 3 lasers and I wasn't moving. I was just looking at the laser like, oh, okay. I forgot to move already right off the bat. So, don't steal all my mags. Oh yeah, that's right. He threw all the extras over.
I'll leave yours on the ground, man, whether you pick it up or not.
So we'll do it with rifle real quick, and now Karl gets to run. We're gonna make him go back and forth. So red or green,
I still gotta move.
you gotta move.
All right, hey, full disclosure, yes, we are at 15. We are shooting slanted rifle rated steel, but we're still shooting frangible rifle rounds. You don't want to shoot frangible, you don't want to shoot regular rifle ball closer than 45, 50 meters at steel plates. One, you're dimpling the steel, all right? So I'm running frange, even my backup mag's frange also.
And 2, we don't want to freaking get hit by that crap. All right, so we got our can, we got our cone. You'll start on one side and same thing. Any laser you see, gauge or not engage, move.
All right.
All right, get my gun, get my ears. All right. So you can shoot before you move though.
All right.
All right, ready? Just one per, move, move, move. Move,
Shit, get off me.
move,
Oop,
move, move.
little prick. I got nothing. Still got nothing. Yeah, shit.
Go back. Back. Come on.
Little prick, little prick. You're just trying to move it again, aren't you? Little bastard.
Get on it quick. One more. There he is. All right, there he is. He's reloading up in his workspace. He could have transitioned if he wanted, but he didn't want to.
I didn't have a target.
All right, so
That shit'll wear you out.
I know. I mean, that's what are we at? 6 feet here, maybe 5 feet.
Nothing hard. Little bit of a lateral movement. You're going to shoot in courses, we always, you get that audible beep or you get that audible threat, but what that represents is in a real gunfight, you seeing that actual threat. The hands, we're taught to look at the hands. Does it have a weapon in the hands? Is it somebody that has hostile intent or a hostile action? And this is good because you're actually working your eyes. So this is good, I like this,
Yeah.
I enjoy this, see?
So this is, for us, like, of course, I mean, nothing about guys that do competition and they do same drills over and over to get good at one particular aspect right, engage themselves. You gotta have standards, right, in order to test people. If you're gonna have achievements, you gotta have some way to gauge people's success, right? So I understand that. But once you got the marksmanship down, right, if you're thinking training to fight in general, which we call all this in general fighting, right? That's what we're training to do. I gotta be able to process, on the fly. Now this is a very simplified bare bones version. You just green dot or red dot, right? But then when you can add stuff, I could have you moving the whole time potentially. We could add one of our drills, the dance of death, in here while you're doing the laser, right? I could have you run down, be tired, and then come up and do it. We could do several things. We could add more stress, like we're not even yelling at each other. There's not even anything else going on besides just him in his own little mind, focusing on what his eyes can see and engaging with the gun. And again, for you guys that may not be at the level yet where your systems and marksmanship fundamentals are subconscious level yet, we understand that. But if you do something like this, it'll really open your eyes to what level you're at. If you can't do this pretty quickly and get your gun up and your sights aligned and press that trigger and hit accurately pretty easily, given these circumstances, then you probably need to work on the fundamentals a little bit. I want them to be subconscious. I want it to be automatic. It's automated stuff. That way it opens up my mind and gives me the bandwidth to focus on, do I need to move? Do I need to shoot red or green? Is Karl telling me to do something? Do I need to reload? Think about all the myriad of things that you would have to think of in a fight. Where's my people? Who is somebody over there? Where am I going next? Right? So that's why we want these things automated, and this is just a way to test that. And like I said, even if you don't do it if you don't do it awesome, right, you at least know where you stand. And this is a good test. You can do it safely. It's not too crazy. You don't have a partner in here where you're worried about shooting each other or anything. So we do stuff like this in our class. We'll do lasers, we do lights, we do different things with our night shooting, familiarization, and we're always looking for ways to help challenge you guys. And really, we're here to help you grow as a capable citizen, right? So come to a class, train with Karl and I, find somebody in your area if you can't that has some experience and has some good stuff out there. Get some training. Don't think that you can just do this alone. So I know how we keep echoing that, but it's the truth, guys. We love you, we appreciate you, we love our country, we love our citizens, and we're here for you. So subscribe, hit the bell, all that notification stuff. Tune in every Friday for a new video. Karl and I, if you like this video, really let us know, because we can do more stuff like this where not so scripted, and we'll just come at you candid and raw, and you get what you get. So if you like it, let us know. Thank you.
You got what you got. Y'all take care, shoot straight. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter so you don't miss out on anything.